This is Boxing Tickets NI in association with SB Sports. We're here at the final press conference and delighted to be joined once again with Kurt Walker. Kurt, we just seen the press conference there. It's probably a bit hard not to be excited for Saturday night, and obviously you have your own fight as well.
Buzzing, mate. I've been saying to people all week I'm probably more excited for Michael's fight than I am my own. Obviously I'm on the building ladder or whatever, but once I'm done the fight I'll be sitting there in the change room waiting for him to go.
I guess it's sometimes hard for you to sort of focus on your own fight when obviously your own gym mate, your manager and everything else is involved in such a big fight, but this is obviously a good development part for you because you're going to have these big nights in the future, so you being part of these cards is good foundations for you for the future.
Yeah, I've said it before. I've done the two fights with Mick. Obviously they weren't world title fights, so it's a bit more relaxed, but it's a great experience for me being in and around even the whole fight camp of whatever it was, 10 weeks, 12 weeks, being around them whole 12 weeks, seeing what elite athletes have to do to be at the top, and there is no cheating, there is no messing about, and I tried my best. I more or less did live the life that he lived, and I feel as best as I ever have.
Obviously last time out in Galway you sort of had a raging bull sort of opponent. Was this time obviously just the fact of saying to Jamie Wright, wind it in a bit here, give me somebody more in a sort of development in a different way rather than somebody trying to take my head off every second? Yeah,
well, it's kind of different styles every fight. I want someone now who's not going to come at me like a raging bull. But now the guy I'm fighting I think is a bit negative, so it's actually hard to knock them people out or get them out because they don't commit. But it's just about me being better than I was the last fight and improving, showing improvements. That's all I care about.
Obviously when you're saying there where it's a sort of negative opponent, I guess the good thing for that is as well is you're not going to maybe have any cuts and things like that. Obviously I know cuts have obviously spoiled you previously for fights, but is it one of them where you're going, well, if it's a negative opponent I can work different wee things, you can get a breather I guess obviously, which you couldn't get in Galway?
That's 100%. I could not get one bit of a breather in Galway, and the place was like a sauna. It was roasting, so it's good to have the time now to work on things. If he is negative, I only watched the clip of him, so to be fair I don't even know how negative he is or if he is that negative, but I'm just going to go out and try and improve, and I just want to be fresh. I want to be back and ready to go in the summer.
Hopefully you don't have an opponent as well obviously wants to give you love bites again. Obviously I don't know what it is. You've had an opponent trying to give you a love bite, you've had an opponent stalking you around the ring for every second of every round. What's this opponent going to bring?
Oh, I mustn't be very much liked, but I don't know, whatever he brings, I'd say he's coming to give me a different kind of challenge, maybe not as hard as any other one, but just a different type of challenge that I'll have to adapt to and show that I can adapt to. That's all it's about. At the stage is every opponent needs to be different. I've fought mostly all win records, I think bar one or two, and all tough. People that I haven't knocked out haven't got knocked out since, so it's not like I'm fighting Egypt. So yeah, it's just a learning.
We keep talking obviously about the start you've had. Obviously you fought in Taylor Catterall obviously in your debut, you fought in Tyson Fury's card in Wembley, you're obviously fighting in your third world title card in 7 fights. That's a nutshell to it, isn't it? You couldn't even think when you go back and you go, aye, right, dead on. You would have taken 1 world title card, but they have 3 world title cards. You're getting the perfect preparation for whenever it's your time.
You actually reminded me, I did an interview yesterday and I was saying about the biggest fight. I says I've been on 1 world title fight before, it was Fury. I forgot all about the debut, Jack Catterall and Taylor. But yeah, massive. This will be the biggest one by far, doing it in front of people who come to support me and seeing one of my very good friends, Mick, become world champion. It's a dream, maybe the first ever Irish amateur world champion and pro male. So it'll be massive.
I guess it's the pressure sort of going to build on Mick as well. Obviously with Katie Taylor obviously beat for the first time last week, obviously in her big homecoming. There's added pressure, but I guess Mick's been used to that pressure his whole pro career, and even in obviously the Olympics and everything else which you've had as well. Obviously I guess you sometimes you can thrive under that pressure, can't you? And Mick's prepared meticulously this whole career, McGregor and his walkout for his debut and everything else. It's just one of these that's, Saturday night can be so massive for Irish boxing.
I think after what happened last weekend, Irish boxing needs to go back up, and this is the perfect time for Mick to do it. He's at the forefront of it. It is good. I feel bad for how boxing went last week, especially with Katie, because she is the greatest ever, female boxer, maybe greatest ever athlete in Ireland ever. So it was terrible to say, but when one door closes, another opens. It's time for Mick to become world champion.
Obviously another SSE outing for you again on Saturday, and obviously I'm not sure at what stage where you're on the card yet. I think it's sort of like a crystal maze. But obviously for you, it's just another development sort of thing. Jamie's obviously talking about titles at the end of the year. Isaac Lowe is a possible opponent as well. Is that the sort of challenge that you want by the end of this year?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the names we're aiming for. You know, like an Isaac Lowe, someone who's been up there but failed and who needs a way back up there. Maybe someone like that might not take me because it's a really no risk. It's a too much risk for them because I have nothing to offer at the moment. But it's about you have to go. You have to call people out. It's boxing. It's a business. So I don't really like doing it, but it has to be done. Whoever's there and whoever Jamie thinks I can take on, then I'm happy enough to go with it.
You've seen obviously Jamie's development, obviously what he's done with Paddy and obviously with yourself and Kieran coming through as well. Like you probably couldn't have a better person to obviously match you along. They did obviously to guide you, so you know that you've 100% belief that no matter where you want to go to in the sport, he's going to show you the right path to get there.
100%. Jamie's been out there, like I said, I've said this before. Mick get in the pro game at the top where you get the best of everything. Jamie get in the pro game at the bottom where you get the worst of everything. So with Mick and Jamie, you have two sides of what he sees, what they see, what they've both seen coming up. So I'm loving it. They do everything for me. They're very good to work with. And
well, listen, thanks very much for your time as always. Enjoy obviously making weight tomorrow, getting something decent and tonight. But obviously I'm sure we'll catch up with you obviously when you move to 7-0 on Saturday night.
That's it. Thank you, mate. Thank you.
Cheers, Kurt. Take care.